For all of you air signs out there, that's Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, you must be pulling miracles of ideas and creativity out of the thin air, and this week it only gets better. Monday, September 23rd, the sun moves also into the zodiac sign of Libra, and it marks the Autumn Equinox and also creates sort of a beautiful three-part harmony because Venus, the goddess of love, and Messenger Mercury have already been in Libra, and now the sun joins them and adds solar power to all of your ideas. More importantly, it can bring to us some balance of light and dark, of yin and yang, and it empowers us to bring harmony into our most important personal partnerships. And then secondly, on Saturday, December 28th, and this will be around 11:30 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, the moon in Libra, also in Libra, joins the sun to form the new moon. So this month-long lunar cycle is initiated on that day, on the 28th, and it will be all about love, and all you have to do is allow it to come into your heart. Also this week, the third big thing that makes all these times even sweeter is that on Sunday, September 29th, the Libra moon sails side by side into an exact pairing with Venus and Mercury. They were already together in Libra, but not by degree all that close, but now they are. So if you have ever wanted to write a love song, this is the time. So I'm Judith Royal, archetypal astrologer, and this is your astrology weather forecast for the week of September 23rd through the 29th, 2019. So we're in the mood to create close personal bonds that are filled with grace and with affection. So you and your partner, there's somebody out there that you can dance a beautiful waltz with at this time, because discord is out and companionship is in. So the diplomatic side of Libra, that is, unless in order to avoid conflict, all this Libra has us bending over backwards and people-pleasing, so that's the dark side of Libra. But let's stay in the light, and in the light then, we're looking for that companionship because we want to create those close personal bonds. And Venus in Libra, though, she will not pair up, even though she's all about relationships. She's not going to pair up or partner up from mere sensuality alone, right? The difference between love and lust, Libra actually is the voice for making that clear. That lust has, well, Scorpio might pick up the energy on that with Taurus running a close second. But for Venus in Libra, which is her home sign, she is looking for affectionate companionship and the grace of an equal partnership without dependency one on the other. Obviously, for those of you who have your moon or your sun in the sign of Libra, this new moon on the 28th is your annual new year. So it's your new beginning, new year. And for fire signs also, you get a lot of boost in terms of creativity with all the Libra planets now giving air to your fire, and of course that's combustion. for you fire signs, which is Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, you not only get that combustion with the air planets, the signs, the Libra planets, but also you still have that big jovial Santa Claus, Jupiter, in the fire sign of Sagittarius. And a very remarkable event is coming from that Jupiter this fall before Jupiter leaves Sagittarius on December 2nd and moves into Capricorn. So while Jupiter is in the last degrees of Sagittarius, he's in an exact alignment, that is from the perspective of Earth. He's in exact alignment with the galactic center, which is at 27 degrees Sagittarius, and Jupiter will move into that and be exact on November 19th of this year. So there we have in the big black hole in the center of our galaxy, and Jupiter is aligning with that. So what could that be? Well, as you know, Jupiter has the energy of optimism and abundance. So we feel lucky when Jupiter is in a positive aspect with our personal charts. And we will have some good fortune, I think, in November from this alignment. But it isn't luck, of course. It's because there is a resonance that we feel, the electromagnetic fields, that is, the force that we would call that in Star Wars. But the field we are swimming around in is going to be full of inspiration and showing us that we are capable of much, much more than we realize. And I think it will be around November that we can get a good look at the fact that things are much better than we thought they were, that the abundance that is coming around, that's been worked on actually for over a year, is this global village, this global connection of all of us, where what one does affects the other. And on the global scale, we finally might have the international picture that we've been weaving through the internet, through the matrix, right? We've been weaving communications with others' economy, as well as projects all around the world. And that's a done deal. So that's not going to unravel. And instead, it's going to be recognized in ourselves, that is, as hope. The last time this happened was 12 years ago, in November and December of 2007. Now, you can think back to that time in your life as you put some sort of platform in place that is there for you to stand on and reach higher in what you know is possible to do as we have this next horizon event. So Jupiter takes 12 years to go through the 12 zodiac signs. So he lines up with the galactic center once every 12 years. But this year, I think there's a special sort of circle forming, and that is because Venus, that goddess of love, is also going to align with the Milky Way's big black hole, that galactic center, on November 23rd of this year. And she was last there in December of 2017. She goes faster than Jupiter. And so hearts are bigger and our love more abundant. And that's not all. Then we're going to have the light of understanding follow Venus when the sun moves into Sagittarius, as he does every year in November, and aligns also with the galactic center, and that will be exact on December 19th. That makes a full month, for those of you who are looking at the calendar, of global expansion and abundance, starting with the first alignment with Jupiter, November 19th, Venus's alignment with the galactic center on November 23rd, the sun's alignment on December 19th. I'm emphasizing these dates rather strongly because my experience, working with you all who I've done your charts and other people too, is that Jupiter's gifts are gifts of simple gratitude and love. They're not gifts that you feel, oh, I worked so hard for this and finally it's here. So because in America we have this unfortunate puritanical ethic of hard work, we tend not to value things that come to us as a gift. So please, notice this show up in your life and value those little signs of hope and abundance and your self-confidence, taking a leap to try something you would never have tried in an earlier time. Now, let me go back and pick up for you water signs, and that is Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, because this week, the 23rd, Monday, the same day of the equinox, the moon is in Cancer, and she's been there also on Sunday, the day before. And you would be very wise to start noticing, especially between now and January, the events that occur in your personal life, your home sweet home, on the 2.5 days that the moon is in Cancer every month, because we had a Cancer eclipse in January of 2019, and we're going to have a major Cancer eclipse January 10th of 2020, and this is important because the moon acts as a trigger. She is our up close and personal feelings, and when she lines up with other planets, and in this case, maybe she's asking or triggering the question, is my home truly my sanctuary? Do I find serenity there? Is there something in my home environment that I can do to make it more peaceful? On a larger scale, remember this is Cancer, is that water sign, like the crab. And so feelings have a high degree of sensitivity. And because of that, we have a strong sort of pull to withdraw in the face of not just conflict, but rather something that pushes our own emotional button. And the reason the Cancer moon is so important for the rest of this year and into January is that she is in direct opposition. Cancer is opposite Capricorn. So she's in direct opposition to that Saturn-Pluto conjunction coming also in January, within 2 days of the Cancer eclipse. That's no accident, right? You might think of it this way, that she's triggering, of course, that once in 500 years, news cycle, when Sheriff Saturn gets exactly side by side with that power-crazed Pluto, which together heralds the beginning of a new social order for us, because 500 years ago we saw the divine right of kings disappear, dissolve. And so we're also this time getting a different but more important, perhaps, look at that kind of hierarchical structure that simply is crumbling. And so now this moon comes in with all this personal sensitivity and asks us not to hide our feelings, not to, for the sake of protecting someone else's sensitivity or not starting a fight or a conflict, to not say what is true for you, especially for how you feel. Because your feelings are your clue, it's your litmus test of what is going on in your thoughts. In particular, wouldn't it do us so much good if each of us on the personal level would open up and look at those lingering fears that you have about love? Because we know that the ego has sold us on a bunch of lies and deceit and cover-ups as a way of saying we have a relationship with somebody. It's just crazy. Because remember, the ego's hidden agenda does not let us know that the ego says, seek for love, but do not find it. Because even if you think you do find it, it's not enough, the person's not enough, etc. And if you've been following my weekly forecast, you know that I love to see archetypes as they show up in popular movies. And so this one that I'm talking about is Liar, Liar. Jim Carrey starred in that. But I challenge you and myself too, of course, to spend a day not lying, even a little white lie, to your partner, to a person who's very close to you. And no ducking out just by being silent. Because when that new moon in Libra comes this Saturday, the 28th, you want to set your relationship on a brand new footing and to set an intention to let the old paradigms of what a relationship should look like, let them just die. Because now you want to write your own rules. And those rules have to be in line with truth and integrity and, because Pluto's in this, owning your own power. Let me give you a good reason to do that. So this Sheriff Saturn, that has been ticketing and fining people who are out of integrity, out of bounds, is, as he's moving closer and closer to Pluto, he's gaining in this power, perhaps not in popularity, but in the power to dismantle what is old. You could even say, if you weren't working with this energy, you would be experiencing their joined energies, a resonance, as like a wrecking ball against outworn and old structures. And those are both within us and then out picturing without us in the world. So while we're making, and it is true, enormous leaps in science and technology to cure diseases, Cancer Moon is showing up and saying, wait, isn't it true that that illness, that sickness, manifested in the body because of a thought or a belief system in the mind? That's such good news because it means that by changing your mind, you change your reality. By deciding to see only love, you dissolve all your fears. Perfect. You're a miracle worker. We all are. Thanks for listening, and I'll be back next week for more of this beautiful drama. Bye for now.